Hello there, fragrance lovers. How are you doing today? I hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, we are talking about Chanel, and today's review is all about Le Lion. Yes, so leliondechanel, and this is a sample I got from the Chanel boutique in London. And you guys, you know, I've been looking forward to this fragrance quite for some time now, but eventually it's available to buy in the UK, and I thought before I purchase this I should sample it, see if I like it. So you guys, you know, my favorite fragrance from this collection is Coromandel. Has Coromandel been dethroned? Let's find out. Right, so I have my sample here. I've been sampling and we still have a little bit left. Yeah, there's a little bit there. So anyway, let's just spray it to refresh the nose, as it were. So going in, I don't have much left. So there we are. Oh, look at that sheen, quite nice. So Le Lion, oh my gosh. So I can smell it, it's in the hair already. Oh my gosh. This is a lovely fragrance, and the initial blast is richly citruses. You get lemon, bergamot. It's a lovely fragrance. I did look up the notes as well, but this is it's quite a bit smoky and hoody as well, but I love this fragrance. Yes, let's just say this. I love this fragrance, and I feel like this fragrance would be the kind of maybe the male version of Coromandel. It's not as sweet, however this fragrance is a bit more punchy. I feel it's quite hoody, and smoky. I'll tell you the notes listed in this fragrance. So at the top there is bergamot and lemon, in the mid there is labdanum and amber, in the base we have Madagascar vanilla and sandalwood, patchouli and musk. And I should mention the Madagascar vanilla, I believe it's the best quality vanilla you can get. So this is good ingredients they've put in there, and somehow, I'll be honest, you can almost smell the good ingredients. So this fragrance, it's quite punchy like I said, but at the top that bergamot and lemon, the citruses, it's there, and this has the ambery feel to it, and it's a lovely fragrance, and quite not so very much a fragrance you are used to smell from Chanel, especially if you've smelled other fragrances in the collection. They are more tame, they are more kind of mass appealing, obviously, but this one goes a bit extra. It's like this one, they've tried to do things a bit more bold, going to kind of like the Middle Eastern, Far East vibe to this fragrance. That's why I get lots of woods. It's quite woodsy, a bit smoky. We are not used to these things, but then again it's got that lovely vanilla in the back, and the vanilla does come forth. And the other thing that comes through as well in this fragrance, which I found it's quite prominent, is the labdanum. Quite a lot of labdanum, I must say. Anyway, this fragrance, if you are not familiar, it's a 2020 release, and the nose behind this is the house perfumer Olivier Poge. And as well, this fragrance, like I said, it is a lovely woodsy fragrance. And as well, this fragrance, there's some things which I pick up which are not quite mentioned, I realized, and this is not unusual. Lots of times a fragrance house will release a fragrance and not say everything that's in the fragrance, but to this fragrance, really, especially in the dry down, you do pick up some animalics. I feel like there's some hints of leather in this one. It's not listed, but that's just my nose, and yes, I do pick that up, but it's a lovely fragrance. And you know what, I think I did say this the first time I spoke about this fragrance when I found out it was coming out. I felt like this fragrance might be a bit similar to Coromandel. It's not. This one is more darker. It's a darker fragrance, and it's quite punchy. This is more punchy. Definitely a masculine fragrance. This is listed as unisex, but to my nose this is definitely a masculine fragrance, and this is a fragrance again that's going to be perfect in the winter, definitely cooler weather, because I don't want to smell such smokiness say in summer. It would be overwhelming. Definitely winter fragrance. And like I said, this is more masculine, even though it's unisex. Definitely, you know, some, for example, like maybe even Coromandel, you could say that it leans maybe more feminine. This definitely goes the opposite direction. This is definitely masculine, lovely, woodsy, very nice, very nice. And those animalics as well. So if you are into those leathery fragrances, you like a bit darker fragrance, woody, smoky, you do get some smoky facets in here as well. And the projection, the first hour, this does project. First couple of hours, it's gonna project. This fragrance, wearing it, people are gonna notice you without a doubt. And later on, the fragrance settles down and it's still very woody. And you know, even when I forgot that I'm wearing it, I found myself, oh, this is still so smoky, you know, like, oh my gosh, oh, it's still there, still going. I got a good 7 to 8 hours. And on clothes, obviously, it lasted longer. And like I've always said for myself, if I want a fragrance to last longer, I think this is why most times if I go out, I've got a scarf. I don't know if you noticed, but I love to have a scarf because I want to just spray, you know, on the scarf, have the fragrance around me for longer. If you can, if you've got small scarves, maybe for the wrist, why not? And you can just enjoy your fragrance all day. And yes, so I found this fragrance really lovely. And how does it compare to Coromandel? Has it been dethroned, Coromandel? No. I still prefer Coromandel, and yes, so I still prefer this one over the new Le Lion, and simply because I feel like I enjoy wearing Coromandel more than I would enjoy this, because this is a fragrance I will enjoy for my husband to wear than myself, because it's just a tad bit smoky and malic for my liking. Like, I want to smell just lovely, I want to smell more yummy, and for that reason Coromandel will always be my gem. Like, this is my vibe, this is my vibe. And the other thing I will mention as well for this Le Lion, yes, I did look it up, obviously the reviews, and people did compare it with Shalimar, but I don't know which version of Shalimar people are referring to, because as you all know, there's been so many flankers in this line. So I don't know, was it the EDT, the EDP, was it the vintage Shalimar, is it the newer one? Because there's been so many formulations of this fragrance. So anyway, but the one I have, I tried to compare. As people said, yes, you can tell they are all ambery fragrances in that line, and I can see what people mean. Like, yeah, I definitely get what people are talking about. Citruses, the woods, I get it. So yes, in that respect, yes, again, this is not a composition that is like you've never smelled before, like, oh my gosh, it's groundbreaking, this is something new. It's not. You smell it, you're gonna know that you've smelled something like this before. And if you sample a lot of fragrances, especially fragrance lovers, you would know that you are familiar with this kind of DNA. Like I said, it's fragrances in this line that I have fragrances that smell in this, you know, this ballpark. Like, I've got something similar, I can think of a few. So yes, for that reason, I'm in no hurry to really pick this up. I'm literally at the moment taking my time with things that I had, but if I see a good deal on it, I would definitely snap it up. And I was looking at the price as well. I'm like, you know what, this price increase for Chanel, I don't know, it's just a bit annoying, because I noticed the smaller size for these bottles, so the smaller 75 ml, this range, the collection, these 75 mils used to be £158. I noticed it's now gone up to, I think 170, don't quote me, or 160. I'm gonna link the prices up here. And the bigger size, which is the 200 ml, which used to be £280, is now £300. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm very curious. Anyone who works for Chanel or who knows this, do these price increases get passed on to their workers. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this review, please give us a huge thumbs up, and as well don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Support your girl. And yeah, that is what I had to say. Those were my thoughts on Le Lion de Chanel. Have you sampled this fragrance? Do you love it? What do you think? If you have, please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if anything I spoke about did stick out to you, please mention it in the comments. I want to know about Chanel price increases, you guys. Do they pass on? Do they increase their workers' wages as much as well? I'm just curious. I'm a consumer. Of course I want to know these things. I'm nosy. Why not? Don't you want to know things that goes on around you? I do. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. To take care. Bye.